Spot sprint with 10 points, 2 wins today, 5 points each. Lilholt has had a win and a second. He's up there in second place. Sammy Morels is third and Van der Arden fourth. Our old friend Adri, I noticed there, was in sixth place. This is Alan Piper then, and he's having a dig too for the Panasonics. I would say now he's winding this race up, Jim, for his friend and teammate Eric Van der Arden.
Eric Van der Arden, the big sprinter, a man has won in the past. Perhaps not the great sprinter he was in days of yore, but still a formidable man when it comes to the tight stuff.
That's Rudy Darlands passing through our lens. Remember, the most unluckiest man in the Tour de France last year, wearing number 13, fell within 300 yards of the finish in Blagnac, and he would have won that stage.
That's for sure. But again, showed great presence of mind in getting his bike out of the way of the marauding pack behind him. There's Sean Kelly, brief glimpse of Kelly, within striking distance of the stages to be won today. And how this huge crowd in Dundalk would love to see Kelly. His first professional appearance on a bike in Dundalk. Another attack coming from the right-hand side of the road as the big boys are starting to assemble for the big stakes. The yellow jersey is at stake, the first one of this 5th edition of the Nissan International Classic.
That was a good move, that. I think it's one of the 7-Eleven boys who's made a quick dive off the front, and he certainly brought them out into a long thin line here, because see the rider in 5th place? It's a Panasonic rider, and he didn't want to take up the running there. He wants to hold his position, so it could be that Van der Arden is moving up through the ranks now as the field closes for the big sprint.
Coming into the town centre of Dundalk now, the crowds are there 4-5 deep along the barricades. There's Sean Kelly there, up in about 5th position. We see Sammy Morels is there. Well, Soren Lilholt is very much in contention too as they get up for the big battle towards the end. Yeli Neidem has come on the far side of the road there. Yeli Neidem, twice a winner of Tour de France. He's taken another one. 2 stage wins in the Tour de France in 1989. He's pipped Kelly. I think Morels was third. Kelly was certainly second. Phillips again. This is a great long lead out by Needham. You'd have got some money on Needham winning a sprint of this calibre.
It's Marcel Arns on the far right who's leading it all out, but watch Needham here mixing it on the inside. He just brushes the shoulder of Van der Arden. Kelly's in the middle. Kelly looks a moment as though he would win it, but then he falls back as Needham comes through smoothly on his inside. Marcel Arns drops away on the right. Needham gets it.
Well, the effort of the day etched in your face. How did it go for you?
Even though the speed wasn't up all the time, you know, it was fairly hard because the wind was fairly cold early on, and it wasn't very strong, but it was enough to keep the pace down. Like,
no problems with the old injuries?
No. I hope that they're all just in the past now. My aim here is not to kind of wake up any injuries. That's why if I can finish here, I'll be very happy with that injury. Where if I go try and win stages or try and win mountain prems, then I might just wake up an injury, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just taking it as it comes, and then we'll see someday maybe I can do something else.
I'm very pleased. For me, the first day is always a bit difficult to get settled in, and I was, today I finished second, so I got some a bit of time bonus, and it's good for the morale. I think I should have a good week from here.
You're chasing the King in the Mountains jersey, were you?
Yeah, I wasn't really chasing the King in the Mountains jersey, but before the hill everybody rode very hard, and in the hill the first part, and then everybody started to get weaker and weaker, and I just moved up. I was in about 25 position, and I just moved up, and 200 metres ago I found myself 4th or 5th position, so I just made the sprint.
But psychologically a good boost. It was a kind of a warning to them all, wasn't it?
Yes, well, I think when you can make the sprint like that, it proves that you're going okay, and I think the early part, the first 100 kilometres of the stage was the hardest for me, and then I felt I was getting better and better.
You're not too worried about Yeli taking the stage, are you?
The massive crowd. And don't let's forget the telephone call, and guess who he's ringing? Holland, of course, courtesy of Telecom Aaron.
2 climbs today, and this is how the points were distributed. 14 for Baker, 12 for Kelly, 10 for Brian Smith.
And 102 riders fought out the sprint today. Yellow Neidham, the non-sprinter, getting there first from Sean Kelly and Sammy Morels.
And Neidham will wear the first yellow jersey, 2 seconds better than Sean Kelly and Sammy Morels. Lilholtz at 5 seconds.
Well, that completes the story of day 1 of the 1989 Nissan International Classic. A day of some good racing, a great finish, but one really of cat and mouse as these intense rivals fenced, jousted and sized each other up.